So I strongly believe that Alex Becker will make a lot of people millionaires in this upcoming super cycle, especially in the crypto gaming niche. So I'm putting together this video for you. This is the entire playbook, the philosophy behind it, the tokens you need to be packing your pockets with in order to have the best chance of it being us. Let's start with today. Markets have taken a little bit of a dip. 3% down on Bitcoin, almost 6% down on Ethereum, Solana almost 6% down, Doge down 7%. It's not a bullish day. Let's have a look at what Alex Becker has said to this. You see a dip, you dollar cost average the dip, meaning you buy every time it dips. It's a simple game, and he's attached a screenshot of him buying 1.62 Bitcoin, a $101,000 US purchase on the dip, October 1st. He says, "This feels like the most obvious free money dip I've ever seen. This is why I want to make this video." He literally thinks if you're buying here, it is free money. Let's get into exactly why. This post by Kaizen on Twitter was fantastic. He said, 80% of Octobers are green, meaning profitable. And we're talking about Bitcoin specifically, and we'll get into this in a second, but everything just follows Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's profitable, basically the other tokens down the chain with the lower market caps are going to be even more profitable, unless you're buying some weird scammy Ponzi, which if you are, stop that. Just play the social arbitrage game. It's very profitable. Kaizen goes on to say 100% of election years had a green October, November, and December. That's 3 green months in a row. 100% of the years that had a green September, which we just finished, up 11%, had a green October, November, and December. This is why people are so bullish. So if it's an election year, or if you have a green September, it's always been green afterwards. Now, this is historically speaking. Crazy things could happen, and it could be red. But historically, it's pushing towards green. I'll tell you what an asymmetric bet really looks like in a second when we get into the cryptos. September is green, and this year is an election year. Hard not to be bullish. Now, on top of this, and we've talked about this a couple of times on this channel, the money supply. This is what a lot of other people use in order to determine the price of Bitcoin, because you can see the M2 money supply, which is how much money that people are printing, the governments are printing really, all around the world. China, US, they're all starting their printers back up. You can see in September, they printed, it's not exact, but about $3 trillion. Now, Bitcoin is a liquidity sponge, and what happens? It normally tracks the M2 money supply. You can see the correlation over the year, how it's basically tracked it, and now you can see the M2 money supply gone all the way up to $90,000. And Joe Consorti tweeted this. He says, if Bitcoin continues following the trajectory of global M2 money supply, it's heading to $90,000 before the end of the year. Now, if Bitcoin heads to $90,000, this is where we bring it back to the crypto whip, which this was an original Alex Becker philosophy that I've made into a very easy to understand graphic for you. Really high quality graphic using my Photoshop skills here. Bitcoin is the music. When it moves up, say a 2x, tokens further down the chain with lower market caps move up with higher velocity, higher leverage. So if you have something like Exceedingly over here, which only had a $2 or $3 million market cap recently, it could do 100x if Bitcoin was to double all the way up to about $120,000 US. And if you have something like a mid cap, something like Sandbox, something like Casper, something like Robert in here, they're going to get better returns, obviously, than Bitcoin when the market's hot and if you're investing in the right tokens, but they're not going to be doing the 100x's, although they may if this really is the super cycle. And with this philosophy, Alex Becker says that there is an asymmetric bet out there. He says, I'm confident we are either at or within 20% of the low on altcoins. They are oversold, in my opinion, and now within the 5 to 10x return range at the risk of another short-term 20%. The risk to reward is phenomenal for the first time in 2024. It's simply time to bid. Why I'm showing you this is because he talks about the asymmetric bet. And he's talked about this a lot, so I wanted to visualize it for you so you can totally understand and then be more confident in your picks if you choose to believe that this is the truth. Now, the risk. Say we don't have much money and all we really want to do is throw $1,000 into one of Alex Becker's gaming altcoins. So we have $1,000 of risk. Now, if the altcoin goes to zero, you lose $1,000. However, if it 10x's, you're going to get $10,000, which means you're risking $1,000 to win $10,000. The only other variable that you don't see here is what are the odds that it's going to go up to a $10,000 mark, which that's where we come back to these bullish signs. And if you think history is going to repeat itself, if you believe that, I mean, you're at an 80% chance that this is going to be the super cycle. If you're even at a 50-50, if you're like, yeah, but there's some things going on in the world and it might not work well, you're at a 50-50 chance of turning your 1 grand into 10 grand, which, in Alex Becker's words, is a no-brainer. Now, let's get into some specific tokens that he's holding, and I want to show you these tokens and how they followed the recent bump in Bitcoin price, because if you're following Alex Becker's trades and you have an up market, a bull cycle, you're going to do very well. This is the recent pump here. We've gone from $53,000 Bitcoin up to $66,000 Bitcoin. Now we've had that pullback here. So a lot of these coins you'll also see have traced a little bit of a pullback, but I want to show you the crypto whip in action. When Bitcoin's added maybe 15-20%, exactly how well Alex Becker's portfolio has performed. So let's start with Nyan Heroes. Now, all these tokens that I'm going to show you from here on in are all Alex Becker recommendations and picks, things that he's currently holding in his wallet or things that he has partnership deals from. Nyan Heroes, you can see over the same time period, did extremely well. Let's find the low. Low's about here somewhere, about 7 cents. You can see it skyrocketed and did a nice 2x. Now, Bitcoin didn't 2x. Bitcoin went up 20%. Nyan Heroes, because it's got a much smaller market cap, went up 100% or a 2x return on your money. Moontropica is another big Alex Becker recommendation. It's got a smaller market cap down here, $46 million total. And if we find the low for the month, you can see it was at just under $7. And what did it do? Well, it 2x'd up to about a $16 mark. Now, Altura is one from the last bull market that Alex Becker has always been extremely bullish on. It's actually, in my opinion, I'm always shocked to see it at a $23 million market cap, especially with people like Alex Becker being so bullish about it. It's almost fully diluted here at a 17 mil market cap. But let's have a look how it did. It went from a 1.7 cents up to almost a 2x, 3 cents. Bloodloop, another big Alex Becker crypto gaming recommendation, and he's got big affinity with Bloodloop. He actually thinks Bloodloop could be one of the breakout titles. Now, we're going to be talking about dilution and stuff in here. Make sure you subscribe to follow along, because we break down these tokens individually in a lot of our videos. It's at a 77 million fully diluted, and you can see over the last couple of weeks, it's done more than a 2x at a low of 9.9 cents, a high of 26 cents. So that's a 2.6x on your money because of the momentum and the liquidity that Bitcoin is providing. A little bit of hype, a little bit of hysteria, a little bit of FOMO. Everyone's getting into these smaller market caps. This is how you play the game if you are trying to copy trade someone like Alex Becker. I've got more details on exactly how to do it in a second. This is Carrot, which has been an interesting one, especially dilutionary wise. We talk about this a lot on the channel with Carrot specifically because the dilution is about to occur. Currently at 60 cents, but even earlier this month, it was sitting at 25 cents. So that's more than a 2x return, even for a market cap as high as 600 million. Crown by Third. This is basically Alex Becker's only GambleFi holding at the moment, he said, and it's at a $115 million market cap, but it wasn't. It was down here at half that, at about 23 cents. And it peaked all the way, okay, maybe not half that because it peaked actually a lot higher, but it went from 23 cents up to 60 cents over the month that Bitcoin had that little bit of pullback here. So you can see it's like investing in Bitcoin, but on steroids. Now, of course, you're going to get the equal amount of downside. When Bitcoin pulls back just a little bit, these tokens, if we go and have a look at something like Nyan Heroes, are going to pull back a lot sharper. So in the down markets, it's sort of like investing in Bitcoin, but on reverse steroid. But if you're like me and you're betting on a bull market, social arbitrage trading, finding people like Alex Becker is one of the best ways to do it, because obviously he has a lot of pull in the market. So when things are euphoric and things are going up and people have FOMO, and he tweets the name, like recently in our wallet tracker, he tweeted out the Destra token right here. Now this was just after Crypto Girl John scooped up some more Destra. This is our wallet tracker. So we take influencers. These are our Hall of Fame traders here, people who have the best track records, and we track down their exact crypto wallets by reverse engineering their Twitter profiles. When they say that they made money on a token, how much money they made, we take 3 or 4 of those examples, go and scour the blockchain and find the wallets so that we know when they're buying or selling new tokens. And inside the wallet tracker, you can see it's a Telegram bot that we offer everyone inside our inner circle. Not only do we post when they actually buy and sell, it's an automated software that we built, but we also will find gems like this. We saw Alex Becker put out a video and the tokens surged. Bloodloop went up 132%, Carrot went up 108%, but Nyan Heroes, which he did mention, didn't actually run yet. And this was on the 24th of September that we put out this alert. And you can see just after the 24th of September here, that is when people caught on and figured out that Alex Becker was also pumping 9 heroes, and that's when it did that nice juicy 2x. So if you think the bull market's coming and you like copy trading influencers who have huge pulls on the market, they can literally move market caps hundreds of millions of dollars, sometimes billions of dollars, and you want to know when they're buying and selling a new token so you're not getting the 2x at the end, but you're actually in on the ground floor, make sure you check out our inner circle to get access to our wallet tracker and all the portfolio breakdowns of all these big influencers. If early opportunities aren't your thing and you want sort of early opportunities, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, because we'll be documenting it all here on YouTube after the fact for you as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.